Hello, everyone. I am finally here, running late as usual, but I'm a little bit earlier than I normally am. You'll have to excuse me today. I'm a little bit out of practice. It feels like forever since I have been on a live stream. And if you hear lots of background noise, I apologize. We are currently renovating, which is kind of why I've missed a couple of the last live streams. My husband's currently painting, and I managed to get out of it. I hate painting. It's the worst job in the world. So he is currently painting just on the other side of this wall. So that's what some of the background noise is. Unfortunately, I don't want to tell him to stop because he's on a roll. So I'm just going to ask you guys to put up with it. So yeah, we've been renovating, and the week before we went away for my husband's birthday, and then I think the week before that I was sick, or we were renovating as well. So it's been a fair while since I've been on. But for those of you that are new to this live stream, I usually try and jump on every Sunday, and we talk about new makeup releases, and I let you know my thoughts on them, whether I'm planning on picking them up, whether I'm not, and why. And you guys can jump in on the live chat and let me know your thoughts on the different things that I'm going to talk about as we go through. Felicity's here. Yes, you did not miss it. I'm so glad to see you here again, and anyone else that jumps on in shortly. So I've been very disorganized. I haven't actually saved anything as I normally try and do. So I'm just going to go to the Beauty News page. So Beauty News Official is usually where I get a lot of my ideas on what to talk about. So I'm just going to go straight to their page and find something to talk about. And if there's anything that you want to have me discuss or talk about, then make sure you let me know. So I've been very busy. On top of that, I've been trying to sort out everything else to do with my makeup school and all that. Any of you that have been here for a while know I've been trying to get that sorted for over a year now. It's just ridiculous. My makeup school that I was going through closed down. So I've been trying to find a new school to go through, sort out the money that I'm owed and that I paid. And it's such a mess and it's so stressful. I randomly, out of the blue, a couple of weeks ago, got a letter of demand from the people that are doing the debt collections. And I was like, excuse me? So I've been stressing out something chronic about this letter that says I owe all this money, meanwhile trying to get everything else sorted. Anyway, big dramas. I'll get there eventually. Yeah, I know. It's horrible. There are so many dodgy places out there. The new place that I am going to go through is actually in partnership with the TAFE, so hopefully I won't have any dramas, and it looks like that I will be finished by the end of the year. So I'm so happy that I finally found a good school, but I've still got to tie up all the other stuff from the old one, and it's driving me crazy. Luckily, I have some kind of legal background, and my best friend is a commercial lawyer as well, so I've kind of got it sorted. But I just think about all those poor students that just have no idea about what rights they have, and these letters of demand that they're getting from these people, and just the amount of people that must be hopefully not paying, but I would imagine there'd be a lot of people that would just take their word for it and just pay it, which is just horrifying to think about. Much better to go through a TAFE or one that has been around for a while. Yeah, I know. My difficulty was that I work full time, and the school that I was going through was online, and the schools around me, or the TAFE that I have near me, doesn't do a makeup course. They do a beauty course, but not really a makeup course. So that's the difficulty that I had. I kind of wish that I just held off until I found something better, but oh well. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Anyway, totally off topic. We are there's a lot of things that have been released, but I just don't really feel like talking about them because they really don't interest me. So I'm just trying to find something. It's hard when you don't know, though, and they seem so legit. A lot of bad ones have shut down now, thank God. Yeah, I know. And my best friend, her sister, had the same thing happen to her, and she was trying to sort it out as well, all the money and stuff. And because I did stupidly, I opted to pay for it through a payment plan. That's why I have all this stuff that still needs to be sorted out, which is horrible. If I just hexed it, or if I just, whatever they call it now, the fee help, if I had just done that, it would have made my life so much easier than what I'm having to go through right now. So Too Faced have come out with a Born This Way powder foundation. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of wearing just a straight powder foundation, but I do like powder foundations for adding like an extra coverage. So I would probably look at this if I wanted a powder to add like something extra to make a lighter coverage foundation a bit more fuller coverage foundation. A lot of the times when I am just going out for something simple, and if I'm having a little bit of a upset skin day, or I'm feeling a little bit self-conscious about my skin, I will just kind of throw on some powder just to knock back the redness a little bit and take out some of the noticeable, if I'm having any upset skin, I will just use a powder foundation and just like buff it all over my skin just to knock back the redness a little bit, just so it's not so noticeable. That's usually how I use a powder foundation, but I generally don't wear it on a daily basis, like to work or anything like that. I just feel it's not enough coverage for me on a daily basis. But I would definitely look at these as something to add to a foundation. But I have a colored foundation, like a powder foundation at the moment, that I'm still trying to work through. So I probably give this one a miss for the time being. If I was going to get something out of the Born This Way range, I want to try the liquid foundation. I still haven't had the chance to try that, and I would much rather try that before I try this powder. But I guess maybe I could do both. Maybe I could buy the set and try everything together, like the foundation, the concealer, and the powder, and see how they look all together. Maybe that's something I'll look at, but they're all pretty expensive. I think they're all like $60. I think the foundation's $60. I think the concealer's $30. And this powder is $37 US. So what, $50? That's a lot of money to be spending on just complexion products. Not going to talk about that. MAC has come out with a SPF Fix Plus, and I'm kind of interested in this, but I'm not sure if this is going to come to Australia. Australia has very strict rules when it comes to SPF, which is understandable because we probably, out of everywhere in the world, I think we get the highest rate of skincare. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we do also have the highest rate, I think, of like UV and all that. So that's why our SPF gradings are very strict, and generally they may be 50 plus in another country, but they're only like 15 here compared to our standards. So if you're getting a 50 plus in Australia, you know it's pretty legit because our rules are super strict when it comes to SPFs. This is going to be a 30 plus, and it is in a Fix Plus spray version. I'm a big fan of spray sunscreens. I just find it so much easier, and I think it's handy to top up with, and also to add to anything that, like any places that you've missed, because typically I miss places, and that's when I get the really weird red patches. Like on my chest, I might miss my chest, or parts of my back I might miss. So I like sprays for that reason. And I think this could be a nice one to add extra throughout the day. Like if you are topping up, well, you should be topping up your SPF. I think having it in a spray makes it a little bit more convenient. And I think people might be more inclined to top up their SPF throughout the day if it's in a spray. Felicity saying, I don't think we will get it, or if we do, it will be marketed differently. I'm interested though. Yeah, I totally agree. I think it will probably only be marketed as, I don't even know if it would be high enough for a 15. I'm not quite sure on the rules. I think if it's an SPF, the 15 is like the base rate, and then you have to like pay the money to, I think you can market it as a 15 if you don't have the proof. But I think if you want to market it as anything higher, you have to show the proof, and you have to go through the Australian testing to prove that it's a higher rate. I think that might be what it's like in Australia. So it may just be at like a 15 or a 10 or something. Amy says, I'll be interested. I have the Pixie spray with SPF and it made me super oily. Oh, really? Some sunscreens I find the same thing. It makes me super oily. So yeah, I'm interested in this and I'm going to keep an eye out for it. And yeah, hopefully it's not. Sometimes the MAC Fix Plus sprayers can be super blotchy. So I'm not quite sure how thick the consistency will be, whether it might clog up the MAC Fix Plus sprayer, because that can happen. And I think with the shimmery one they came out with, the shimmer clogged up the sprayer. So it might be a similar situation with this SPF. So I'll be interested to see some. I don't know whether I trust reviews, but just people talking about their experience with it and the packaging and whatnot. What else have we got? Makeup Revolution have brought out more stuff again. I'm not really interested. Yeah, I kind of got burnt with the last Makeup Revolution palette I brought. I can't remember who it was. Last live stream told me to try their like basic palettes. So any of these new ones I'm not really interested in. I might try one of their like basic palettes or the dupe palettes that they came out with. But these colorful ones, these are the ones with the animal prints on them. I'm not really interested in any of them. Maybe this one, the zebra print one, if I was going to get any, but not really interested. They are £10. So they'll probably be like $20, which isn't cheap in Australia. Like if it's Makeup Revolution brand and you're asking $20 for a palette, I don't really think it's a good deal, to be honest. Matt could 100% afford to do the testing, but I don't know if they will bother. A lot of SPF stuff just never gets released here. Yeah. No more Makeup Revolution for me. I had the Soph X and wasn't impressed. Yeah, Amy, I brought the Tammy Carnival palette and I was pretty disappointed with that. I got really, really excited and then I got it and I was like, is this all really? I don't know whether I spoke about the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, the new ones that are coming out in the reusable packaging. I think I spoke about the packaging, but at that point, I don't think we had the lipstick colors yet. Some of these colors are really nice. I just don't think I can justify Charlotte Tilbury pricing. I like how she's kind of modeled these colors off some really popular, like influential women that she likes or has worked with before. Amy says, I do have both Emily Noel palettes, though. I've been watching her for so long and had to get them. Yeah, I was really tempted by those palettes, but I decided not to get them because I just didn't think I'd get any use out of them. So I passed on both of those ones. Yeah, my issue with this Charlotte Tilbury line is the way she seemed to advertise them was originally it looked like they were going to be customizable. So the packaging is refillable and reusable, but it was marketed in a way, from my opinion, was that you could pick the color and then you could pick all the different, you could pick a different canister and like swap them around. But that's not how it is. She's assigned a color to the canister and then once you finish it, you can refill it. And I don't really like how she's done that. I think it would have been nicer to let people choose their packaging and their lipstick and totally customize the whole thing for themselves rather than forcing people to go with them. There are some nice colors in here. Particularly, I like the Patsy Red. That looks really nice. And then there's some really nice nudie colors, but I probably would pass on all of these because they are, is there a price? There's a lip balm as well, which is a bit different. I don't have a price by the looks of it, but I'm imagining that they would be hella expensive. You can get the whole collection through Cult Beauty by the looks of it. Yeah, I'm not sure how much these are, but I'm imagining they're super expensive. Felicity says, I have the sultry and soft glam dupes from Makeup Revolution. They're good. The same range does a Subculture, Naked Heat, and Modern Renaissance. The other palettes aren't good. I don't get why the cheapest ones are the best, but yeah. I thought it was you that told me to try the dupe ones, Felicity. I remembered somebody. So I definitely need to go into a Priceline one day and swatch the dupes, but I have no idea when Makeup Revolution is coming in store in Priceline. I'd like to get the Charlotte Tilbury Core lip colors, but they're just too expensive. I can live without them. Yeah, I can't justify that price when Colourpop has good colors. I don't wear a full color lipstick very often. It's in some now. Oh, okay. I'll have to check out and see if my Priceline has them, because I want to go check out those palettes that you keep telling me to try. Yeah, I'm the same with the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. I've heard they're great, but I already have enough great lipsticks in my collection, and I'm really trying to use up some more lipsticks before I go out and buy some more, because like it's just getting ridiculous how many lipsticks I have, and some of them are starting to turn and they're getting like on in age, and I really want to try and focus on using some of them up and getting my value for money. Like when I've already purchased them and spent my money on them, I want to use them up. I got an email with dates of the rollout from Priceline about a week ago, I think. Oh, okay. Maybe I must have just deleted that email and not read it. I get so many junk emails in my inbox sometimes, and it gets up to, like, I let it get up to ridiculous numbers sometimes because I'm just lazy. So by the time it gets up to a couple of hundred, I just start deleting things because it just gets too much. I just look for the important ones that I actually need to respond to, and any of the junk ones, I delete most of them. I really need to go through and unsubscribe to a lot because it's getting out of hand. Colourpop have released another new palette. This is the California Love palette, and this palette's kind of boring for me. I do like the idea of the mascaras though, but if any of you have seen any of my previous live streams where I've spoken about the mascaras, I have purchased a mascara wand brush thing. What do you call them? The mascara wand on a stick, basically. And I just use my hydro liners with them. So that saves me money. And I don't wear colored mascara often enough to justify buying like a single mascara. So I just use my hydro liners that I already have in my collection as a mascara. So not going to buy any of this collection. While we're talking about Colourpop, we might talk about where is it? I have so many emails and never checked the advertising ones, but was searching through for a missing email. Yeah, I get so overwhelmed by the amount of emails I get. Half of them I wonder sometimes when I signed up for their email or where they got my email from. Okay, I'm going to have to just find this one. Very yawn. I'm about to dye my hair copper again, so I need a good brown mascara. Might try the Colourpop one. Yeah, I've had pretty good things about the Colourpop one. Like for the price, I think it's a pretty good mascara. It's just the exchange rate and the shipping, like it sometimes doesn't make it a good deal. The Colourpop Aha Honey palette. So this is the yellow palette in their series of monochromatic palettes. To be honest, I nearly brought this one. I nearly brought this one as soon as I got the email. But I've decided that I'm not going to buy it. One, because Yellow and we have kind of a love-hate relationship. And two, because the color in smack bang in the middle of this palette is a pressed glitter that isn't eye safe. So that's like one complete shade gone already in the palette for most people if you're game to put this on your eyes. It's not eye safe because the size of the glitter, it can, if you get it in your eyes, it can cut your eye. So I'm not really willing to risk that. My eyesight's already bad enough as it is without me cutting my eyes open with glitter. I like the look of the yellow palette, but I just got the red one and can't do another order again so fast. Yeah, that's another reason why I'm kind of, I stopped myself, because I did do a large ColourPop order, I think in February. That's not like, not last month, but it was a pretty hefty order. And with the exchange rate, it was like double the price. So I did hold off on this. I do want the blue palette, I think, still, but at the same time, I have my blue bundle coming from Glamonatrix. So yeah, I was very tempted by this palette, but as soon as I heard that that one shade is not eye safe, one, I was like, ColourPop, what are you doing? Like, why would you make an eyeshadow palette and include a glitter in there that's not eye safe? And two, it's, yeah, I know, yellow sometimes can make me look a bit sick. I did a BYOP instead and added a couple of yellows and mustards. I want to try to dupe Natasha Denona Gold palette, so ordered those shades too and my fave lip gloss from them. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Yeah, I think those BYOP palettes are a really good deal if you can get them when they have the when they have those sales. I think they do them for like $30 sometimes. If you can get them for those sales, you can get a good range of colors from ColourPop for a really good price. And I got 3 of the pressed glitters in the summer collection, and they are hard to work with. They have a big sale now. Yeah, I did get that email. It was like the 25% off sale, and I was so tempted. And I put a few things into my cart, and it was so close to free shipping that I was like, oh, I should just add something into the cart. And then I ended up just deciding not to order any of it. I was very good. I was very controlled. I couldn't resist. That's fair enough. It was a really good sale. But considering I have already pretty much stocked up on everything that I wanted from ColourPop, I was refrained. I refrained. And there's so many other good sales going on at the moment. Because it's 4th of July, a lot of indie brands are having really good sales. And I've been so tempted by many of them. And I've been really good. I've resisted. But I may not be able to resist for much longer because there's some really good sales. I think Dawn Eyes Cosmetics is having 25% off at the moment. Some other brand that I wanted to try is having 30% off. There's a few brands that are having, what was the brand that had 50% off? I can't remember. There's so many brands that are having really good sales at the moment that are very tempting. So if there's a brand that you're thinking about buying from and they are based in America, make sure you check out their Instagram to see if they are having a good 4th of July sale, because a lot of them are going through until Monday. Got completely sidetracked, so I'm just going to go back to where we got up to. Okay. Now, no, that's Milani. I'm sorry, Felicity. I'm sorry. Oh, did any of you see the Kat Von D new palette that's coming out? It's called the Por Vida palette. It's very ironic that she's a anti-vaxxer and she's coming out with a palette called Por Vida, which means for life in Spanish, kind of. But it's supposed to be the sister palette to Lolita, and we just have a sneak peek of the packaging at the moment. She needs to stop. I didn't see that. Yeah, I know. It's very ironic that she decides to come out with a palette like this and call it For Life. But I don't think she has, let me see. I don't think she has released what's inside yet. No, we don't have a look at what's on the inside, just what the outer packaging looks like. Let me see what else we have. Nabla has released 2 new palettes. Kat Von D. I won't buy it, but will be interested to see it. Yeah. It looks like it might be a purpley version of the Lolita palette, because the Lolita palette was like the pink, but based on this packaging, it looks like it might be like purple toned. So Nabla has come out with, I think, is it two palettes or just one? No, it's just one, and it's called the Cutie palette, and it is a coral palette. This is what it looks like. So it's a 6-pan palette, and it's fairly basic. Like, it's got some nice red and pinky tones in there. It's got a nice deep brown that you could use to darken up like the outer corners. I think this could get some really nice looks out of it. I'm still a bit nervous to try the Nabla Cosmetics palette formula. Every time I've seen someone review their palettes, it hasn't been a good review, but when they review the singles, they're like phenomenal. So I'm still a bit nervous to try a Nabla palette. Who doesn't own those colors at this point, though? Yeah, I know, they're very generic colors. I think it would be like a nice, the red looks like it's a shimmer. It looks like it only has 2 mattes in it. The red looks like it might be a satin finish, so not as versatile as I thought it was. It could be a nice little travel palette if this is like colors that you use all the time, but like, you can make your own little travel palette. So yeah, it's not really anything new. And what are they? I suppose it's good timing for them, because I think Nabla is an Italian brand. So good timing for them, like for a spring kind of launch. But I'm going to give it a miss. Definitely going to give it a miss. Because, yeah, I already have these colors in my collection. Mary J. Bly is coming out with a collection with MAC. Let me see if we have some better photos of this collection. I think it's got a whole heap of stuff in it. Let me see. Is this it? I think it's got lipsticks and a bucket load of stuff in it. Nope. Oh, here we go. So it's the Love Me lipstick in like a peachy. Wait, I'm a bit confused. So this whole collection must be in collaboration with Mary J. Bly. I think I'm understanding that properly. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, wait, no, it's a lipstick, but it's part of the Love Me lipstick formula. So it is a light pinky beige nude. This is what the color looks like. Yeah, it's a new formula by the looks of it. I don't know what's different to it. Just trying to see if there is. Oh, so it's infused with argan oil, supposed to be lightweight, supremely comfortable formula, creamy satin finish, nourish and conditioning. So it looks like it's got oils in it. I don't think the traditional lipsticks have argan oil in them, so maybe that's what's so different about them. I don't really, these like peachy corally colors, I don't really like them. I feel like they don't generally look good on my lips, so I would definitely give this one a miss. I do like the packaging with the like ombre tube, but yeah, I'll probably give a miss on that particular lipstick that's in collaboration with Mary J. But there are some nice colors in here. Nothing really new in terms of what they already have in their collection. I think it's meant to be like the Powder Kiss, but moisturizing. Okay. Not for me. MAC need to calm down too. Yeah. I think that they kind of have, in a way, compared to how many releases they used to bring out. They used to bring out one like every other week. Colourpop's kind of taken that position from them. They do need to calm down, though. but I think they're all right at the moment. I think, is it MAC? No. MAC don't release all their releases all over the world though, which is a little bit annoying. No, I'm not going to talk about that. Not going to talk about that. Zoeva are coming out with the Summer Glow collection. So this looks like it's a 6-pan palette. It also has liquid highlighters and baked highlighters in it. This is the palette. This one looks all right. Once again, who doesn't already have this in their collection? But I think these top colors here, though, if you use this as a travel palette, you could very well use them as your like complexion products. I think you could get away with using Horizon as a contour or a bronzer, Parasol as a blush, and then you could go in with like Romance as a highlighter. So it could be quite versatile for you. I don't know. I don't think I would enjoy using this as like a cohesive look though. So I would definitely pass on this one. And I don't think we get Zoeva collections in Australia. I think we only get like the core stuff from the Zoeva collection. Oh, there is another palette to the Nabla collection. This is the one I just spoke about. This is the pinky one and then the nudie one. So same thing applies. They aren't anything new. And the black look like one of those, they're all shimmers in the other palette. They're all shimmers. I'm wondering if the black is one of the blacks that has, it's like a matte with just the sparkle in it. So yeah, I don't know. I like that MAC keep their old staples even when they bring out new stuff. I feel like a lot of drugstore brands bring new things out to replace current stuff. Yeah, I agree with you. I kind of have a beef with MAC though because they do tend to release their staples in new packaging, which can be a little bit annoying. Like at Christmas time, they'll just bring out a new packaging with an existing product rather than developing something new. But yeah, I feel you with the drugstore brands. But at the same time, drugstore brands are competing with a lot of other brands for space, and they're like limited with the amount of space that they have. So a lot of the times they need to turf something to bring in the new stuff, which can be annoying if you find your Holy Grail foundation at the drugstore and then they turf it to replace it with something that doesn't work for you. Yeah, I know. The packaging thing's so annoying. Yeah, and I think they are like MAC kind of do have the benefit that they can, one, they have their own pop-up stores, but two, like their stands in Maya and David Jones are quite big. Same with like their stands across the world. They're quite big when they're in the department stores. So I think they do get a bit of pull when it comes to what they can and can't do in those department stores. But obviously when they have their own pop-ups, they can do whatever they want and keep whatever they want. So they do have that benefit compared to drugstores. Drugstores is like competing for space and clearing out the stock that's not working and all that. So that other palette from Nabla, I don't like just all shimmer looks, so I would definitely pass on the other palette from Nabla. MAC are coming out with some extra dimension skin finish trios. These are, I don't think I've tried this formula. I feel like this formula that's in these palettes is a bit different to their normal extra dimension skin finishes. Have any of you tried these palette skin finishes? So there's going to be 3 of them. We have Galaxy Glow, Among the Stars, and Constellation Dream. Yeah, I don't know. I have way too many highlighters at the moment. Way, way, way too many highlighters. So I definitely would probably pass on these. This darker one, I probably would have to use as blush. The one at the bottom could probably work for me, but I kind of have gone off the colored highlighters. So It is nice. Usually has a duochrome. I've swatched a palette one, but have never tried. But I can't add any more highlighters or blushes. Yeah, I'm a little bit the same. My highlighter and blush drawer is kind of overflowing. So I need to, yeah, calm myself when it comes to highlighters. I don't know. I've kind of gone off the duochrome highlighters at the moment. I have a few like palettes and I'm kind of happy with what I've got. So I probably would give these a miss. I wonder if there's any swatches of these. I don't have any swatches in this photo, but I'd like to see what they look like on the skin. I imagine they'd be really nice, but I don't need it. Definitely don't need it. What else have we got? Spoke about that. The Smashbox new Oil and Shine Primer. I like the duochrome ones for going out, etc., but not usually everyday wear. Yeah, that's the problem I have. Like they're cool. I use them a lot as like inner corner highlights. I usually like pair it with what's on my lid. So I have a palette that has like a purple, blue, a pink, and a green, I think it is. Duochrome shift. So I usually like pair it with what I've got on my eyes. I really like how that works because the main color on the eye kind of brings out the shift in the duochrome. But on my cheeks, I think because I'm so pale as well, sometimes I feel like it looks a bit like it's got a bit of a shadow to it. So yeah, but I do think they look really cool when you go out. The Smashbox Primer. So this is the Oil and Shine Control. I have a pink, which is great for inner corner. Yeah, I think they're really cool for inner corner work, the duochrome highlighters. Yeah, so this is the new Oil and Shine Control. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the photos advertising this aren't really all that flattering. I don't feel like they make the skin look better after. But this one is a gel to powder face primer, which again, I don't know how this would go with like a liquid over the top. It may not work. It also has witch hazel, salicylic acid, and zinc in it. So it may be drying for some people. It's supposed to have a silky cloud-like matte finish that helps makeup look better for longer. I don't think, let me see if I can find, this is what the, hopefully you guys can see this properly. So this is what the, it's not going to show up very well. Is it? Yeah, you can't see the difference very well in the skin. It just kind of takes the shine away. But they haven't actually used, I haven't seen a photo with it used under makeup. So, yeah, I haven't seen a photo with it used under makeup, which I would like to see before I even consider it. So I'd be interested to see, and I think my skin would freak out with this. I don't think I've seen the ads. My skin would freak out. Haven't seen it, but again, I don't need another primer unless it's a miracle. Well, it could be the miracle. I'm the same. I have so many primers that I need to get through before I even think about using another one. And I'm almost at the point where I don't think I'll buy another primer once I use all the ones that I have in my collection. I've gone off primers. The only ones that look good on me are the silicone type ones, but they break me out. Same. Yeah, I was literally just about to say that. The silicone ones, and I'm kind of getting a bit over that slip feeling. I feel like there's a lot of foundations nowadays that don't work with that kind of slip that's left on your skin from the silicone primers. And a lot of them I am starting to discover, well, not recently, but a lot of them that I've used in the past have made my skin upset. And the ones that I have in my collection at the moment that I'm trying to use up are kind of upsetting my skin as well. And a lot of my foundations aren't working or sitting nicely over the top of them. And I find that they peel, which I hate that feeling of pilling on your skin when you're putting it on, and then it doesn't mix with your foundation and you get the chunks coming up. It's not a nice feeling. I use a dewy foundation usually, and it doesn't work well with the slippery primers. See, I like the other way. So I have found that my skin likes a dewy primer with a matte foundation. So some of the ones, what was it? The Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I was so surprised with how much I liked that, and different ones that I've tried where they've been like a moisturizing primer have worked really well with my skin. And if I've used a matte or like a fuller coverage foundation over the top, it's worked really well. Too Faced are coming out with 2 new setting sprays. So it's the Hangover RX 3-in-1 replenishing and priming setting spray with a peach scent and a watermelon scent. I have a sample of an Hourglass one somewhere. Is that the, what is it? The Hourglass, I can't even remember what it is, but that's actually one of my favorite primers that I use, is that Hourglass one. So first of all, the watermelon one. Absolutely no freaking way am I going to buy that one, because I hate the smell of watermelon, and I would be dry reaching every morning I sprayed it on my face. And I don't think I would like the peach one either. The peach scent in the Hangover, in the Too Faced line, it's like unpleasant, I think, in my eyes, and a bit overpowering, I think, in some of their products. I think it's a little bit too much. And thirdly, I really don't like this primer. I really don't like this setting spray. I just bought the MAC one and thought of you. I knew you'd like that. I want to get the pineapple MAC one and maybe the peony, but I think the peony might be too strong. I have an Ulta watermelon spray and just got the new NYX prime and setting spray. Did NYX come out with a watermelon setting spray? I didn't know NYX came out with scented sprays. Yeah, I really want to get the pineapple. Is the MAC ones, Felicity, do you know if the MAC scented ones are at Mecca? Are they like in store at Mecca, or are they only online? Because I need to go smell them. Not that I need any more priming sprays. I actually brought 2 this month. I don't need any more sprays, but all the scents are getting me. The peony one doesn't appeal to me, but I like the rose one. Okay, it might be too much. Yeah, I was thinking it probably would be too much in a spray, but I will definitely have a smell of it. So my issue with the Hangover one, I actually had the Hangover in the original scent, and I found the packaging, it leaked everywhere on me, like everywhere, and I would spray it all over my face, and then just the bottle, it just kept coming. This isn't the bottle, but it kept coming, like it kept leaking out of this bit. Every time I sprayed it, it would leak out of this like seal around here. And I think I ended up losing about half of the bottle because it just leaked everywhere. Every time I used it and put it back on my desk, I would end up with like, it would dry and I'd have like a ring of setting spray on my desk, and it was the hardest thing to get off my desk. It was horrible. So yeah, I think, I don't know if I just got a bad packaging, like a bad batch of packaging with this one, or if that is like a standard thing across the board. It's a really nice setting spray if you can get one that doesn't have the packaging issue. But I'm not really willing to risk it again because it was really bad. It was really bad. Made it really unenjoyable. I don't know, did an online order with MAC ordered as my foundation is something like that. Oh, okay, so you got it from the MAC. I think I've seen them online, but I haven't been to a Mecca store in a couple of days. I use the NYX sprays, and honestly, for the price, I'm not interested in trying other ones unless they are watermelon or something else fun. That's fair enough. The NYX spray is actually pretty good. I think I used the I can't remember which NYX one I used. I want to say it was the dewy one. And like, yeah, for a cheap spray, it's pretty good. We're getting way off track, aren't we? What else have we got? So Colourpop came out with some more stuff as part of their the Blue Moon palette. So they brought out a mascara, I don't know whether the eyeliner is new and the cream pot is new. But the mascara, I think the mascara is definitely new because it's a different color. And the glitter jelly thing, I think that's a new color as well. And it comes in a little set. I don't know. I think Colourpop's little sets are good value. But I don't like those like jelly glittery things. So I'd pass on that. Eye of Horus have come out with 2 new palettes, and these are hella expensive. These are 8-pan eyeshadow palettes. So there's a summer and a winter solstice palette. These are 79 Australian dollars. This is ridiculous. These are $79 for a 8-pan eyeshadow palette, and these are pretty boring. I'm not going to lie. These are the swatches. I hope they come up, but they're very mundane colors. They are very boring. Let me see. Here we go. This is a little bit of a better photo. Like, yeah, I guess you could definitely get some pretty colors out of this palette, and I'm assuming that they would be really good quality because Eye of Horus, like, they have a pretty good reputation, and their products are usually very good. But $79 for an 8-pan eyeshadow palette that looks like this, like, you're not going to get my money. I want to know how big these are too, because I don't know whether they really look all that big as well for your money. Like, they don't look the biggest for $79. I got that brand is insane. Yeah, I know. I got an eyeliner and a mini palette in a Bella box or something ages ago, and they were okay, but nothing breathtaking. Have all these colors. Yeah, me too. I've heard their eyeliners are really good. If I was going to try anything from Eye of Horus, I would try their eyeliners and I think it's their mascara as well that has a bit of a cult following. But yeah, not going to buy this palette. Even the swatches are very disappointing. Like, if I was this brand, I definitely wouldn't be proud of this, to be honest. Yeah, it's very mundane. But I guess, I don't know if Eye of Horus actually do they have other eyeshadow palettes? I don't know if I've seen other eyeshadow palettes from them. So maybe this is just like a start for them with eyeshadows. Maybe that is what they're doing. Maybe. I don't know. They are kind of more known for their, I guess, natural, more like earthy tones, I think, as well. So I don't know, maybe that's why they've gone for something like this. I'm bad at eyeliner, so I'm not a great judge, probably. That's all good. I have very bad eyeliner days as well. What else do we have? Already spoken about Honey. They did 3-pan palettes based on goddesses a few years ago. Okay, so it's not their first eyeshadow palette then. Yeah, they're very like Egyptian themed. So I think a lot of even their eyeliners are like those metallic tones. BH Cosmetics have released the Cancer palette. And once again, very, very boring. It's very grey. This palette is very grey. If it's going to focus. If it focuses. Let me see if we have swatches. No, we don't even have swatches. Give me 1 second. Let's jump on the BH website and see if we can find some swatches. They were all all like a matte brown, a gold, and a bronze, but slightly different. Okay. Interesting. BH4 again. Yeah, I know. These Zodiac palettes, I mean, they've kind of dug themselves a hole with these Zodiac palettes. Like, they committed to a 12-month kind of collection. So they kind of have to follow through with it. But God, they keep getting some shit for these palettes because the color schemes are so boring. And I think everyone that I've seen that have like that particular star sign is their palette has always been disappointed. I don't think I've ever seen someone be pleased with the color scheme that they've come out with. It's such a fail, but they can't stop now, I guess. Yeah, like we're only 6 months into the year. There's like another 6 palettes to go. I just think it could have been done. I wonder if they just make tiny batches. Yeah, I wonder how they do it. Mind you, though, I think BH Cosmetics got brought out by a pretty big brand, or like one of those brands like Unilever or something like that. So I don't know. They would probably have their own factory that is on kind of beck and call, and they could just make whatever they want when they're out of stock. Which is another reason why they're pumping out so much stuff at the moment, because there's a new owner. Yeah, this could have been done so well. Like, if they went more along the lines of what Colourpop are doing with their monochromatic palettes, this could have been so successful for them, but they just haven't hit the mark. And ever since they started, everyone is just shitbagging it, I guess, because it's such a fail. It is such a fail. These could have been so successful, but they just are not. Like, they could have done a 12 kind of shade rainbow monochromatic thing and done it each different month with what they've done. But even this design of the palette, every month I talk about these palettes, it just shits me, this design of the palette with the giant highlighter in the middle and the, what is it? And the 8 shades around it with all this empty space. It's just not working for them. They got brought out. I didn't hear about that. Yeah, I can't remember who mentioned it, but someone mentioned that they got brought out by a new owner sometime, I think it was last year or the start of last year. And that's why they've had all these like just like release after release after release, because it's a new owner. I can't remember who brought it out, but I'm sure I heard someone saying that they have a new owner, and that's why their like marketing strategy and tactic, I guess, has kind of changed since they got brought out. Smashbox are coming out with a new foundation. We have 40 shades, which I think is a good range of shades. It is fairly heavy, like in the middle section of the shades. It doesn't seem to go very deep. I guess in the photos it looks all right. Like, but I can't really talk. I don't have deep skin, so I can't really judge whether it's deep enough. This is supposed to be a weightless 24-hour full coverage foundation with oil and shine control, which is waterproof, sweat resistant, and won't look cakey or cause blemishes. This is a full coverage and matte finish. I am pretty interested to see what this is like. It may be too much for me though. Typically, when they are super full coverage, I feel like I'm wearing a bit of a mask and it doesn't kind of like blend well. But hopefully with the 40 shades in the range, I might be able to find a really good match that I won't have that issue of like me feeling like I'm wearing a mask. This is $36 US. It comes in a tube, which I do like it when they come in a tube. This looks very, very similar to is it L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour matte or whatever it is. This packaging looks very similar to that. But I'm very interested. I'm going to check this out and maybe get a sample from Sephora or something. sorry, it's Mecca that stocks Smashbox in Australia. Yeah, check this out when it's in Mecca. I don't know how long it'll be before it comes to Mecca, probably in 20 years' time. But when we do get it, I'll check it out. Linda Hallbetty, I think that's how you pronounce it properly, has come out with some new Fanta sticks. So this is a shade extension to her existing range. We have 5 new colors. I haven't tried these, but I've heard really good things about these products. Every time I have like purchased something from her website, I have thought about picking up one of these, but I never have because we were just speaking about how big my lipstick range is. But these can be used as lip and cheek products. I probably would only ever use them as a lip product, but these colors look really nice. They are a good like shade range extension, I think, to what she already has. I think this is like the other, like now she's got a good range of warm and cool colors, whereas before she was more one-sided with the like tones that she had. So yeah, I think it's a good addition. I like it, but I probably won't buy it anytime soon. The god of makeup, Lisa Eldridge, brought out some new lipsticks to her line. She brought out her, was it 3? I think she had 3 red lipsticks was what she started with. She's brought out, I think it was 4, 3 or 4. Oh, hang on, let me. Yeah, these are the swatches of the Fanta sticks. So they're really nice. Let me find these Lisa Eldridge ones. I had a better photo up here further. Maybe. Where is it? Here we go. So there are 4 new shades to this range. Some of these colors look beautiful. Oh my gosh, I nearly brought all of these, but they are pretty expensive. They are £26 each, so like 50 Australian dollars. But some of these colors are so beautiful. So beautiful. So these are the 4 new colors. I think they work really well across the skin tones. Sorry, that's not picking up very well. Yeah, they are just so pretty. These are so pretty, and I nearly brought all of them. I refrained. This one, it's like a raspberry red, and this one's pretty, but I probably wouldn't wear it as much. It's like a corally color, and like this one, I would probably wear like this one or this color like on a daily basis. I think it looks really nice when it's like sheared out. And I really like when Lisa Eldridge does her releases, how she does her videos. Like she will apply it sheer and she's like, this is what it looks like sheer. And then she will build it up and show you what it looks like built up as well. I think her attention to detail is phenomenal. Like it's got her little monogram in the lipstick on the top of the cap of the lipstick bullet. And she even said in the video, which was a good tip to Jacqueline Hill, that there was another lipstick color that she wanted to release, but when they produced it on a mass scale, it just didn't work. So she like scrapped the color and she was like, no, I'm not releasing this color until it's perfect when she's like mass producing the color. So I was like, that's how you do a lipstick launch properly. Like you don't need any more lipstick. Yeah, I know. No one needs any more lipsticks, but when Lisa Eldridge comes out with some lipsticks, I'm so keen on trying the Linda Hallberg new palette. After all the reviews, I would probably pop in a lippy if I did an order, but won't be anytime soon. Is that the Spectral palette, Felicity, that you're talking about? Sneak peek, I have a review coming out shortly actually of that palette. stay tuned. I just want to be Lisa Eldridge. I think I would be keen to try something of hers. Yeah, I know. She is one classy lady, Lisa Eldridge. She is like the breath of fresh air that the beauty community needs, I think. Shade. Yes, yeah. Definitely shade. I actually saw people commenting on Lisa Eldridge's video of like, this is how a lipstick launch should be. I had a little chuckle to myself. Yeah. So yeah, these lipsticks, and I think I saw Mel Gold, she brought all these lipsticks, so I am staying tuned for her review, but I'm sure it will be amazing. I'm sure these lipsticks will be amazing. But yeah, £26 each is a little bit much for my heart to handle. But they are very pretty colors. I wish she brought, with this collection, I don't think she brought out a set that you could buy. I think it's only that you can buy them individually, which, I mean, you can add them all individually to your cart, but I think it would be cool if she had a set and maybe a little bit of a discount. I don't know. Everyone loves sets. Got to bring out sets. What was I going to say about... I can't remember. Those lipsticks have just, sent me into a tizzy. Where did I get up to? Now I've lost where I'm up to. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Did you guys see the video of Lisa Eldridge when she got Audrey Hepburn's lipstick? That was a pretty cool video. I'm not going to lie. It was a little bit, I don't know, weird, but I really enjoyed it. I'm dying to think about how much she paid for that lipstick when she was saying it was getting up to like £30,000 and she just kept bidding. I was like, how much on earth did you pay for this lipstick? Fenty Beauty actually, I really wanted to talk about this. Like, and she put it on her lips. I mean, I don't know if I would have done the same thing. You haven't watched it, but you love both of them. Yeah, they were doing an auction or something of a lot of Audrey Hepburn's stuff, like belongings and whatnot, and they were auctioning off one of her, I think it's a Cartier lip canister, but it actually ended up having the lipstick inside as well, and it's like the lipstick that Audrey Hepburn wore like on a daily basis, and it still had some of it in it. I actually think that Lisa might be, I don't know whether she's formulating it or whether she just wants to keep it to herself, the like exact color. I need some energy. You should definitely watch it, Felicity. It was a entertaining video. So Fenty have come out with minis, and I kind of have a little bit of a beef with this because they promote how inclusive their range is because they have so many different shades of everything. But when it comes to the minis, they have only released 2 shades of the bronze duos, which come with a stick and the powder. And then they've only released 4 shades of the setting powder. Like, I don't think you can really promote inclusivity when you only bring out, I guess, your most popular colors of each of these products in the mini. I don't know. That's just my opinion. What do you guys reckon? Like, I think it's a bit weird that they're like, we have 50 shades of foundation and we have, I don't know how many shades of the powder they have. They have like 20 shades or something. And then they only bring out 4 shades in the mini. Does that mean only people that have those 4 shades travel? I don't. I love Rihanna, but can't get on board with Fenty due to their crappy copyright strikes. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. That is one of the reasons why I don't really buy all that much from Fenty because, yeah, I just think it's really shitty how they treat influencers. Like, they're the ones that really kind of got the brand off the ground for them. In my opinion, I think they did a lot for Fenty influencers, and then they turn around and breach them with copyright strikes and they send them cease and desist. I just think it's really shitty of the brand to do things like that to influencers, particularly when a lot of the time with like their sneak peeks, they will what's the word that I'm looking for? Like, they will showcase things that are coming out at their like Sephora showcase that they have. And generally it's someone that has attended those events that first send out the sneak peeks. And then it's everyone after that like posts will repost the those images to their pages, and they send copyright strikes or cease and desist to everyone. Like, you can't even mention it. Like, it won't even be you that has done the sneak peek, and by the time they actually get around to sending the cease and desist to everyone, everyone in the world's already seen it most of the time, and then they have to take it down until they do the like the proper release from the brand, like the proper brand release. I just think if it keeps happening, obviously try and figure out who is the one that keeps releasing it when it hasn't actually been officially released. Like, why are you punishing all these influencers that didn't even take the photo, didn't even post it on Instagram in the first place? You're punishing them for creating the hype around your brand and the new products. Exactly. It's free advertising, and they're sending them cease and desist. A lot of the time, these people that are getting them have huge followings that start to create the hype for this brand, and they stab them in the back by threatening them with legal action. It's not nice. It's horrible. So yeah, I'm the same. I am on the fence about Fenty. They're inclusive, but at the same time, it's really shit how they treat people. Like, you can't boast of being inclusivity, but then treat people like shit in other ways. It's not fair. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't get all this advertising and all this free publicity for being the most inclusive brand and changing the ways of the beauty community, but then you're taking us 10 steps back by sending out all these legal threats. It's proper shit. My reason not to buy as well. Yeah, I know. There are a few things that I'd like to try because everyone says that it's so good, but then I bought the foundation and I was so disappointed. But then, yeah, I don't really want to be giving them free advertising on my channel when they treat bigger influencers the way they do. Right, moving on from that. Beauty Blender have brought out a new color. It's neon green. Apparently it glows in the dark. I don't know why you need a glow-in-the-dark beauty sponge, but there's one there if you need it. What else have we got? Milk Cosmetics look to be releasing a new shade of their digital dust. This is a golden peach. Yeah, this is like, I guess, like NARS Orgasm on crack. I am not interested. Milk Cosmetics is another brand that I'm not sure how I feel about them, but for the time being, I don't really want to support them either. I won't never buy from them, but they need to show some changes. Yeah, I agree. I think they could definitely make a lot of changes, but they don't. They really need to calm down the color beauty blenders. Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. That's one thing I was mentioning in a video that I filmed like yesterday, that Beauty Blender, every time they're like, oh, a new release is coming, and then it's like a neon green beauty blender, just what you wanted. Really groundbreaking and revolutionary. They just need to they need to come up with something new because it's a bit ridiculous. Yeah, so I'm going to pass on the melt, and I already have like NARS Orgasm, so I don't need a NARS Orgasm dupe. Like, I don't like NARS Orgasm, so I don't need a NARS Orgasm dupe. Real Techniques are doing it now too. Yeah, I agree. I have the Gemini palette and I love it, but that's it so far. Yeah. I was really tempted to get the Smoke Sessions palette, but the whole thing about the Smoke Sessions, I just can't get behind. So that's one reason why I don't really like supporting Melt, is just that whole thing. The whole thing with, I just think if you want to be like a marijuana brand, have a brand on the side. Don't combine the two. Like, you can sell your smoke pipes, but like, can you just make it two different brands? I guess that's me being a bit of a prude, but like, do you really need to mix the two? Do you really need to sell smoke pipes with your makeup palettes? It's just a bit tacky in my eyes. And I am like on the other side of it as well. Like, with my background, I see the effects of what marijuana does to people, and I see the effects of what drugs do to people. So it's yeah, I don't agree with the like glorifying it. What else do we have new? Iconic London have brought out their brow silk, which appears to be like a similar product to like a soap brow, I guess. It comes with a toothbrush and a like cream product in a compact, and you like brush it on your eyebrows. So I guess this is, instead of buying a cake of soap, you buy this instead. I think it's a pretty cool idea. It's £22 and it comes with the brush. Yeah, like, it's a cool idea, but I don't think yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. I'm interested to know what's in it, because depending on what's in it would depend on whether I am interested. I'm interested. My brows grow in all directions. Yeah, that's fair enough. Mine kind of do as well. It looks like this would last you a while, but it's like a clear. So I think the product would get pretty gross pretty quickly. But yeah, like, I don't know. It's cool, but I don't know. I don't know. Oh, it's supposed to have some kind of growing. It says boosts sparse patches and makes arches appear thicker. So it must have some kind of what are those brow growth serum things called? The eyelash, the ones that you can use on your eyelashes or your brows. It must have something similar to it in that. Can we get Iconic London in Australia? Is it something that is sold through I haven't tried soap brows, as I have reactive skin and think it would set me off, but I like the ideas. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one though, because it may show up like white in your eyebrows. That's my only issue, because it does look like it might be pretty thick, and it does look pretty visibly white in the pan. So I'm worried that it might look like you kind of have dandruff in your eyebrows. That's my other issue with it. Mecca, I think, has some. Okay. Maybe I'm going to keep an eye out for this, and I might give it a try just to see what it's like. And I'll let you know if I do end up buying it. Kylie Minogue has brought out the biggest fail this year yet. I need reviews first. Okay, hang on. Let me see. Oh, okay. It's available now. So I will check out and see where it's at. Because if it works, I would definitely, because I'm nearly out of, I've been using the, what is it? The Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I've got that in my project pan. So And I think that's nearly out, or it's starting to get pretty gross. So I need something anyway. Kylie Cosmetics has launched I guess the second, well, it's not even the second biggest fail. It is a fail. It's in the fail category, but it's definitely not the biggest fail this year. But this is somewhat of a makeup brand, if you can call it that. This looks really tacky, this stuff. So it looks like there's 3 eyeshadows. There's a blush, a cream blush. What else do we have? A lip oil, a lip gloss, eye to cheek glitter, magnetic electric eyeshadows. These all look really cheap, like really cheap. This is the lip oil, and it's like a teal color. It comes off clear. I think that's the lip gloss. I think this is the glitter thing, and this is the cheek thing, and these are the eye things. The only thing out of this collection that I kind of like are these what are they called? Magnetic electric eyeshadows. These look pretty cool. Everything else in the collection looks weird. The packaging looks super tacky. I'm really disappointed in this. I'm really disappointed. Yeah, I don't know what she's doing. I think this has, I know Kat and Haley were talking about this on Beauty News. I think this has something, and I kind of agree with them. They said that they are of the suspicion that this has something to do with the trademark court case that she had with, I think it was Kylie Cosmetics. So they have Kat and Haley hinted that they may have put like a time frame on her being able to keep her trademark, that if she didn't, bring out something using that trademark in the beauty industry within a time frame, that she would lose it. So like a use it or lose it kind of situation. So I'm hoping that she didn't just bring out this to keep the trademark. I'm hoping that this is kind of a shit, we've got to produce something to keep the trademark while we're working on something of better quality. I'm hoping that's what it's about, because I'd really like to see Kylie bring out something successful with her makeup range rather than just this kind of kid-like makeup. I actually quite like Kylie Minogue. She's an Aussie. I'd like her to succeed. Obviously, she is already a massive success, but I would like her to succeed when it comes to her makeup, like doing us Aussies proud. This is not doing us proud, I think. But I guess if it means that she got to keep her trademark in the makeup industry, that's fine. But I hope that there is something better coming from this brand and this trademark. Good for Kylie M, though, to be honest. Claim that copyright. Yeah, I agree. Like the Kardashians or the Jenners, they already have enough money. They don't need to be stealing famous Australians' copyright trademarks. Milani Cosmetics have come out with a new eyeshadow palette. Now, as soon as I saw this eyeshadow palette, I immediately thought of another brand. This is what it looks like. And can you guys see that? Yeah, there we go. This is what it looks like. And just give me 1 second. When I saw that palette, I immediately, and the colors are in this palette that I have are a little bit more interesting as opposed to that one. I guess it's a bit more neutral. I guess if you're looking for an inexpensive travel palette, dare I say, it would be all right. Yeah, I guess if you're looking for a travel palette, it could be all right. You could get some nice looks out of it, but I already have this one, so I'm going to pass. Kylie Jenner isn't the first famous Kylie. She needs to take a seat. Yeah, take a seat. Kylie Minogue is coming through. Why did I decide to my PD this afternoon? Could have been here instead. Yeah, you definitely could have, Michelle, but we're not finished yet. I have been away for the last 3 weeks, so there is a lot to catch up on. Is anyone else as obsessed with iced coffee as I am? I have an addiction at the moment to iced coffee, and it's really not good. Oh, these I really wanted to talk about. So the Stila Suede Shade Liquid Eyeshadows. I'm really tempted by these, but I think I really need to resist. So these are like a less shimmery version of the Magnificent Metals. Some of these colors look beautiful. The purple and the green look pretty similar to I think it's the Vivid and Glows that I already have, but some of them look beautiful. So they come in the traditional Stila packaging. And this is what the swatches look like. Some of them look beautiful. And then these are what they look like on the eyes. I'm very tempted. I'm definitely going to check these out in Mecca. And I'm going to really try and refrain myself from buying any because I already have a shitload of the Steelers that I need to get through. But they look really pretty. Like, just really pretty. Yeah, Dare has a new low sugar iced coffee and it's so good. I never get the low sugar ones. I think that's the one my brother-in-law that lives here always gets. I always see it in the fridge. My favorites from Dare are like the double espresso, the triple espresso, the mocha. The caramel latte is really good, but my absolute favorite at the moment is the ice break. I think it's called the espresso with the chocolate. It's like choc espresso or something. It has a blue lid. It is so good. It is super strong and it's got the right amount of sweetness for my liking, but it's so bad. They're so bad, but I'm just so addicted at the moment. And my body doesn't really deal very well with lactose, so I really shouldn't drink as much as I do. I'm kind of like just bullying my body into Oh no, Felicity, you're missing out. That's sad. It's all right. I'll have your share. I'll drink yours for you. Sorry, Michelle. I'm obsessed with mochas, especially from Zarafas. Yes, I always get ice mochas. Ice mochas in summer is my jam. The ice mocha from Zarafas, that's my go-to drink at Zarafas, is an ice mocha on almond milk with half ice usually because I don't like to get ripped off. I like to get my value for money, so I say half ice. I was so happy to see low sugar. Lots do low fat, but sugars are hard to avoid. Yeah. That's totally understandable. I'm surprised a lot more don't do the low sugar because they would be super popular if they did low sugar. What else do we have? M Cosmetics have come out with some new lip clouds to their line. I believe, I can't remember whether I put them on my list this year, but they were definitely on my list last year of brands to try. I would really like to try this formula of liquid lipsticks. Once again, I don't need any more liquid lipsticks, but I would be keen to try them. Have any of you tried anything from M Cosmetics? I really want to try the eyeliner as well. Low sugar stuff is less available than you realize. Yeah, I hear you there. Like you don't realize the like lack of things available until you have to look for it. Like you're completely kind of oblivious to a lot of dietary requirements and like the availability for those dietary requirements until you're required to look for them. Like when I decided to start going vegan, I say that when I'm drinking cow's milk. When I decided to start the transition and looking for vegan stuff, I was like, where do I find all this shit? It's really hard to find in the supermarket as well. So I always go to like the same supermarket because I know where they're vegan and non-meat products are, because some supermarkets it's so hard to find. Yes, it's very, very hard, especially when you're like me and you are addicted to sugar and chocolate and dairy products and ice cream and different things. I have found some really good like vegan supplement, like vegan alternatives to things. But there's just some things like cheese. I just can't get off the cheese. It's so hard. I like grew up living on cheese. My family are a bunch of cheese addicts, so that's like the hardest thing for me to resist. Visart and Alcone have come out with a palette. I really like the look of this palette, but I think I'm going to give it a miss. Visart is very expensive. This is $80 for this palette. It's very pretty. Like, it's got some really nice colors in there. Once again, now that I look at this palette and I compare it to the one that I literally just showed you, it's got it's got quite a few colors in there that I could probably already get out of this palette. Just duping on screen here for you. Like, there is a fair few kind of, not double ups, but I could definitely get the kind of same vibe out of most of them if I grabbed out like the greens and the blues from another palette. I think I definitely would already have this in my collection. Obviously not in the Visart formula. But I'm not sure. I think a lot of the colors in this palette are existing. So if you already have some Visart palettes, you probably already would have a few of these colors as well. Dairy is my weakness. Cheese is my life. Yeah, cheese is my life as well. Mum made us eat it so much as she was on a bone health kick when I was growing up. My bones are probably steely tough, but I can't give up dairy now. Ooh, the silver one is pretty though. Yeah, it is pretty. It's very pretty. I've actually got it on my eyes today. I paired it with one of the hydroliners that came out in that set. Yeah, I can handle not doing dairy. I usually have almond milk most of the time. It's just when it comes to like iced coffee and things like that, buying it like this, the sugar and the coffee, it's just so good. But cheese, I just cannot get away from cheese. But like just having a glass of milk, like my husband and my brother-in-law will have just a straight glass of milk. I can't handle that. I've never liked the taste of just straight milk. So going on to almond milk was super easy for me. But cheese. I love brie and camembert and, oh my gosh, all of the cheeses except blue vein. I can't handle blue vein. I'm getting super off track this week, aren't we? Now, did you guys hear that the Too Faced are bringing back the gingerbread man and gingerbread girl lipsticks, and they're also bringing back the gingerbread spice eyeshadow palette. So if you are interested or you missed out at Christmas time, you may be able to get your hands on this. Not sure if this is coming to Australia though. I'm assuming it will be, because I think this stuff sold out really quickly in Australia. So hopefully it will come back. But I do quite enjoy the gingerbread spice palette. I think out of all the Too Faced palettes, I think it's a pretty good palette. And I would kind of really like the is it limited? I don't know. That's one thing I'm wondering. It was limited at Christmas time, but I don't know whether this is, oh wait, I think it is limited because this post says to celebrate Christmas in July. So it obviously is just for July. So maybe it's not coming to Mecca. I don't know, because I'd really like to get those two liquid lipsticks. I'd like to get my hands on them because I like that lipstick formula, that liquid lipstick, the melted mattes. It is. Yeah, I don't know. Mecca is super slack on their Michelle, are you saying it is coming to Mecca? Is that what you're saying? Or you're saying it's limited edition? I can't afford it right now. Yeah, I know. I think it was like $70 or something when it came to Mecca. Yeah, I don't know. I really want those liquid lipsticks. I really like that melted matte formula. I don't think it's anything special. Like, it's a nice palette, Felicity, but I think you would definitely already have like most of the colors in your collection. And there's a few colors in the palette that I like don't really like in the palette. Like there's one of them in particular, it's like a flaky kind of duochrome, and I don't really like that. Mecca confirmed it is coming. Awesome. That's cool. I hope they get both the girl and the boy in the liquid lipstick. I am keen as a jelly bean if they get that liquid lipstick. I have have the colors, need to try to dupe it with my singles. Yeah, I think you could definitely dupe it with your singles. Particularly half of the palette is quite neutral. It's just, I think a lot of people are gravitate towards the palette because of the like the pumpkin spice color. I think it's called pumpkin spice. Spice is nice. It's like a orangey color, orangey matte, and then it's what's that color? Gumdrop, I think, is the shimmery pink. Those are the like two colors I think a lot of people gravitate towards in the palette. That's like what grabs your attention. Glow Recipe is now available at Mecca Maxima. These are pretty expensive. It looks so pretty together. Yeah, it definitely does. These, yeah, I think when I looked at these, Shame the Lip Kit isn't coming. Why are you? There we go. Shame the Lip Kit isn't coming. Kat raved about the hot buttered rum. Yeah, I love my mini lip kit that I got. It was really good. I have so many shimmery nudes and warms. Yeah, it's a very dupeable palette. I think you would easily be able to dupe it in your collection. Yeah, Gumdrop is a nice color. It's a really good color. I want to try the Glow Recipe moisturizer, but don't need it. Is that the watermelon one? You don't need the watermelon moisturizer. I want to try the, what is it? The Blueberry Bounce Gentle Cleanser. You don't need it. What about the Watermelon Glow Sleeping Mask? Yeah, I would probably only want to try the cleanser because the other two are watermelon and one's avocado. Shu Uruma are coming out with a collection with, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it's Naomi Watanabe. I think that's how you pronounce it. These images look, they kind of make me uncomfortable. I don't know if any of you have seen these marketing images, but they have like pressed the products into her body. I don't know if you're going to be able to, if it will focus. Stop focusing on me. The spray is meant to be a super fine mist. I was keen for Glow Recipe, but the price probs stick with MAC watermelon spray. Oh, you guys in the watermelon. Yeah, if you can see, like they've kind of pushed these. It's almost like she pressed herself up against the piece of glass and put the products on her boobs. They're super weird. Same with her arm. It's like she's pressed her arm up against a piece of glass and like put the product in there. They're very weird marketing images, I think. And yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about these. I don't think Shu Uruma is available in Australia anymore. I have a feeling they pulled out of the Australian market. Is it a bum bag? I don't have my glasses on. No, it's her boobs. Yeah, it's her boobs. Like it's like they put like a piece of glass and then made her like press the products into her arm. And yeah, if it weren't photoshopped, I'd be asking, did that hurt? Yeah, I know it's obviously photoshopped, I think, but it just looks really weird. It looks really weird. Sorry, I'm gonna pass on all that as well, obviously. I know, why though? And I look at it and I'm like, oh, don't know about that. It kind of makes me feel uncomfortable. Now, do you guys follow, what's her name? Christine from Simply Nailogical. Her stuff can sometimes be a little bit annoying, but I have been watching her a little bit lately. I don't know why. I run out of things in my subscription feed and go to my homepage, and that's what YouTube is recommending me. But anyway, she brought out, or she released today, her nail line. What? No, I wanted to try this spray before I leave. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure they have pulled out of Australia. Someone, I think it was Beauty News. I think it was Kat from Beauty News. She said that they were pulling out to focus on their Asian market. I think you can still get the sprays on Yes Style, but I think their sprays are like $60 or something on Yes Style. They're super expensive. And they're like, I absolutely love their cleansing oils. Their cleansing oils are like $200 plus on Yes Style. They're so expensive. So when I'm out of the 2 bottles that I have, I'm going to have to try and find somewhere to get them from because I love their cleansing oils. I was very upset when I heard that they were pulling out. Yeah, so Christine brought out some nail polishes. So she brought out 3 holographic nail polish top coats, and she also brought out a black nail polish and a blue nail polish. So this is what they look like. The holographic top coats actually look quite nice, but I never wear nail polish. I'm not going to lie. The nail polish that I have on my toes, it's been there for like 3 months now. And my nails, when I do paint them, they chip straight away. So it drives me crazy. Nail polish, I really need to try and use up what I have in my collection. So I probably wouldn't buy any of them, but they do actually look really good if you are into like nail polish stuff. And if you're like holographic top coat things, like glittery top coats. The Natasha Denona Mini Tropic palette, I'm definitely going to pass on this, but I think the color scheme's pretty cool. It's got, looks like 3 shimmers and 2 mattes in it. This is what she looks like. What do you guys reckon about this? Because most of the people that I follow on Instagram, well, not most of them, a lot of the influencers that I follow on Instagram are really keen to get this palette. And I took a look at it and I thought, I don't see what is special about this palette. So what do you guys reckon? I'm going to pass on it, definitely. But I know there's a lot of people that are interested in it, and I'm a bit confused as to why, because it's not really anything special. Oh, here's some swatches. It doesn't even really swatch that good. Sorry, let me find, there we go. Yeah, it doesn't even really swatch that great. Like, I really don't understand the hype around Natasha Denona. Her stuff is so expensive for what it is. It's just ridiculous. It's just too expensive. I think, let me just see if there's any indie stuff, and then that's probably going to be it. The topaz blue is nice, but meh. Yeah, it just doesn't, I don't know. Yeah, that color is very pretty, but her minis confuse me. Yeah, I know. They never seem to represent the bigger palettes well. I agree. I definitely agree. I kind of think she's done that deliberately, though. Like, it kind of represents the vibe of the bigger palette, but to get more sales and to get the people that are like diehard fans and have all her bigger cut palettes to buy her stuff, she makes them slightly different to get them to buy it, which is a little bit annoying, but I mean, whatever works. Don't think there's really anything. Let me just check indie stuff. Nope. I think that's probably going to be... Oh, I did want to talk about this. I don't think I've spoken about this. So ages ago, about a month ago, we saw the first two colors of the Gimme Glow Vintage Rose palette. So it was the pinky blush color and the shimmery pink color. They've since released the next two colors in the palette. So now we have a like olive green, here's the colors. So it's kind of like a khaki, coppery, like an olive, silver, gold color, a olive green, and the two colors that we've already seen. I think these colors are really pretty, but I don't know whether it's... I mean, I get the green because it is a rose palette, but like vintage rose, I would have thought it would have been like an all kind of pinky toned palette rather than going for the whole flower, including the stem. I don't know. I guess it's an interesting take. It's nice to see a different take. But I don't know how well these new two colors are going to pair with the rest of the palette. I don't know. What do you guys reckon about this? Like these four colors. I think they've got two more to sneak peek. But it's very interesting color scheme, I think. Not keen? Fair enough. It's very weird. I think it's very weird. It's interesting, like having a bit of a different take on a rose palette, but I think I would have preferred it just keeping in the same color scheme. I don't know whether the pink and the green are going to go very well together. Depends what they have in those last two colors in the palette. Anyway, we have been here for an hour and 40 minutes, guys. I'm pretty impressed with you all for sticking around with me for that long. So I'm going to call it quits here because I still have much to do. I still have to wash my work clothes for tomorrow. Going to have to try and plug the washing machine in and wash my work clothes. Like I said, we're renovating, so everything's just being moved. Our house is a pigsty at the moment because everything that was downstairs came upstairs while we paint and take walls off and remove stairs and put new stairs in. So our house is a pigsty, and the washing machine and the dryer have been moved. So I'm going to have to ask hubby to move them back so I have something to wear to work tomorrow. I've cooked pumpkin soup while watching. Nice. I still have to cook some dinner. I don't know what we're going to cook for dinner. I still have to edit a video. So I'm going to jump off, guys, and I will talk to you all later. I hope you enjoyed this live stream, and hopefully if I am organized, I will be back on next Sunday. I don't think I have any plans. So I will see you again next Sunday to talk about the new releases that have come out this week. I hope you have a fantastic day. I will see you in my videos this week, and I will chat to you next week. Goodbye.